What's going on, everybody? It's your boy and the Matrix. I'm back with another video. And recently, I've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. The Twilight Princess really is my favorite Zelda game. And now, it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but although I knew about Zelda for a long time, the first one that I actually played on a console was actually no, it was the original Zelda for the Nintendo for the NES, and then I played Twilight Princess, right? So big jump, right? So and Twilight Princess was a very absolutely amazing adventure. Link turning into the wolf, and then Midna, and it was just an absolutely just great adventure. It was fantasy, more fantasy than fantasy can be. I mean, it was absolutely breathtaking. And that game came out for the GameCube, right? I played it for the GameCube, back in the early 2000s or in the mid 2000s when I had a GameCube. And I beat the whole game. I actually played the game multiple times. And fast forward, I think after high school, I kind of stopped gaming for a while. I think I had a Nintendo DS. And then I stopped gaming for a while, for like years. And then and I knew that the Nintendo Switch came out. I never bought a Nintendo Switch until like years later. And I played Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I do know that Zelda Twilight Princess was released for the Nintendo WiiU, which okay, cool. So it was like an HD version for the Nintendo WiiU. And but years later, we're now in 2024, and a lot of games are being remade. There's like HD versions of a lot of games being remade. I mean, we recently got Lollipop Chainsaw, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Square Enix has released most of their Final Fantasy games for like the Nintendo Switch, the PC. There's many ways you can pretty much play most Final Fantasy games on the PC or the Nintendo Switch on almost any console, right? But I'm wondering, how come Nintendo has never remade Twilight Princess? Whatever happened to Twilight Princess on the Nintendo Switch? And another one was Wind Waker. I never played Wind Waker. I heard that it was a really, really, really good Zelda game, but I've never played it. I've only saw the trailers. I've only seen gameplay. And I'm wondering, what is Nintendo thinking? Like, that's literally one of their best Nintendo games. The Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. But because it seems to me they only focus on the Zelda game of the current console, right? If it's not the current console, they don't want to focus on it. But the problem then is that people that really like the game want to play the game, kind of like I did, And if they don't bring it back to the current console, in this case the Nintendo Switch, or to the Nintendo Switch 2 that's coming, or maybe it's gonna have a different name, Nintendo Nexus or whatever they're gonna call it. If it's not gonna come for those consoles, for the the new generation consoles, then what's gonna happen? Like, it's gonna die out. So many people love Twilight Princess. So many people, that's rated. You go on the internet, that's like rated one of the best Zelda games. But Nintendo has done absolutely nothing to reserve the game, to preserve the game, to bring it to the next generation. And as a result, what are people gonna do? They're gonna do exactly the same thing that I did, which is, what's a nice way of saying it without getting in trouble legally? They're gonna go on the internet and look for free ways to play the game, right? Free ways to play the game, because not everybody keeps their own console. I don't have my GameCube anymore. I don't have my GameCube. I sold my GameCube a long time ago, and you're probably gonna say, oh, well, that's your fault because you sold it. Yeah, but like, I want to move on to, okay, fine, it is my fault that I sold my GameCube, but at the same time, you see a whole bunch of other games being remade for the next generation. But Zelda Twilight Princess is not remade for the next generation. I mean, I don't understand. Like, what's going on? Like, why has Nintendo decided to just leave Twilight Princess behind? they're really missing out on a lot of money. They're really missing out on just not just the cash flow, but just the fandom, because the next generation, I'm pretty sure they will like the game too. You know, and if they don't even try to bring it back for the next generation on the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they're gonna call it, then Nintendo's gonna just experience more piracy. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why Nintendo has been going after pirates, because you've seen all these Nintendo emulators, like the Nintendo emulators, like they come from China. You see like these, what you call it? It's like these handheld consoles, and it has like a whole bunch of Nintendo games in there. You've seen it on Amazon, right? And they've been going after those people. They've been going after YouTubers. They've been going after, Nintendo emulators. They've been going after a whole bunch of, people, a whole bunch of, the PC gaming communities, such as myself. They've been coming after us, but they wouldn't have to waste their time on all these legal issues if they just bring back the old games. I do not understand why they just don't bring them back. And of course, I know they had the Nintendo Switch Online, but in Nintendo, they are known for like never, ever, ever publishing their games outside of the Nintendo platform, which is really sad. So you're never gonna see Mario or Kirby coming to the PC. It's never gonna be on Steam. It's never gonna be on Epic Games. And so what other choice do we have than just to download it? But then Nintendo comes after you for downloading it on the internet. Like, what else are we gonna do, Nintendo? You're not bringing it to the next generation. Oh, you want us to keep the next console, but they want us to keep our old consoles, but at the same time they want to sell us new consoles. So why don't you just republish those games? Square Enix had no problems bringing Final Fantasy VII to the Nintendo Switch, to the PC, as long with Final Fantasy 8, 9, and 10, right? All of those best-selling games come to all platforms, but Nintendo doesn't want to do that with Zelda. So it's their loss. The way I see it, is their loss. They could have done it, but they never did it, and we don't know why. They always make these very strange decisions, and the way I see it, until Nintendo brings it to the next console, to the current console, what's it again? To the Nintendo Switch, until it is brought to the Nintendo Switch. If you want to, sail the 7 seas, I don't blame you. So just go ahead, do what you got to do. Download away, sell the 7 seas with Luffy and the gang. And yeah, go ahead. You kind of have my full support. Especially if you bought the game before, then that means you already gave your money to Nintendo. You're just, playing it for free now on the computer. But anyways, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think, guys. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications. It's your Pony Matrix. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Godspeed, baby.